today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because I do want a second opinion to find out what she thinks, if it's just all in my head or if I'm actually the nag that he says I am.
She nags me, she belittles me, she's not understanding it at all.
I believe that he uses his illness as a scapegoat.
She taught a lesson and that's it.
He won't even try just to make our marriage, you know, better and stronger.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Jackie Mahasheen and Frank Mahasheen. The two of you have been married for 31 years. But Mrs. Mahasheen, you say you are ready to go because you think your husband has just given up on life. So why don't you tell me what's going on?
Well, my husband and I moved to Los Angeles 2 years ago, and we've been back and forth from New York. And since we've gotten here, he's been kind of like in a depression. He's suffered with depression his whole life, but since we've gotten here, it's gotten worse. And I don't know where our marriage is going to go with this because he has no motivation anymore. He has no ambition to even get out of bed. He suffers with Meniere's disease, and I feel he uses that for every excuse to get out and to look for work and to just, you know, motivate himself.
Now, tell me a little bit about Meniere's disease so I understand the nature of of what he's trying to deal with.
Okay. Meniere's disease is a disease that causes vertigo. And, you know, your head spins, you get dizzy, the room spins, and he does suffer with it greatly.
But she doesn't believe me, though.
You don't think she believes you?
No, I don't think
What does she say or do that makes you believe she doesn't believe you?
Well, she said, like, when Meniere's disease hit me, it's like a vertigo. I get dizzy, I had to lie down.
Right.
Well, she doesn't want me to lie down.
And by the way, we got a seat behind you just in case. We don't want nothing jumping off in here.
Thank you very much.
But why doesn't she believe you? What does she, you know, what does she say or do?
She won't let me lay down because it's the only way. There is no medicine for it. I went to many doctors. There's no medicine. There is nothing I can do but lie down. It's the only way that goes away.
But she won't let you lie down?
No, she won't. She keep nagging.
Is that accurate?
That is not true. That is not true. He lays down for 4, 5, 6, 7 days at a time where he just gets up to eat and then lays back down. So it's not, I have no control. You say I don't let you lay down. I may say get up, just try to get up for an hour, go take a shower. You know, you might feel better, then lay back down. But
no, that's not true. No, that's not true.
Mr. Mahasheen, when you have vertigo, does it last for days, or is it like a spell that's a couple of hours? Does it come and go?
It depends. Sometimes it stayed with me for 3 days. Sometimes it could be 1 day. I have spent a couple of days in bed. Yeah, I have.
Do you think your wife is less than compassionate or sympathetic about what you're suffering with?
Yeah.
And how does that demonstrate itself? What doesn't she do, or what does she say that makes you feel she's not compassionate?
She nags. She nags a lot.
What does she say?
Well, she goes as far as I'm worthless and things, you know, just like I'm not even a man. I feel terrible about it. Yeah.
Mrs. Mahasheen, I take it you don't agree with that.
No, I do. I take responsibility. Sometimes I do say that, but that's after a week, 2 weeks in bed. And, you know,
but don't you think that's a little counterproductive? Yes. He suffers from depression.
Yes,
he has a disease that keeps him from standing up.
Yes.
And then you call him less than a man.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I do agree, but he's not being 100% truthful.
Well, why don't you tell me what the situation really is?
It's not 3 or 4 days. We just came back from New York. He went to go to school. So while we were in New York for 6 weeks, the whole time, he stayed in bed. He got up twice.
Not the whole time, Your Honor, no.
It was
no,
the whole time.
Not the whole time.
Mr. Mahasheen, is some of it because of the Meniere's disease and also some of it because you feel defeated?
It's Meniere's disease. When it hits me really bad. And I just, but there is not the whole week. No, like I remember I stayed for 3 days. Yeah, at the time, and the weather has a lot to do with it. The weather.
How so?
The pressure in the air. See, I feel a lot better in here. I feel better in LA than upstate New York, because the weather is not stable in there, and that.
That changes.
They change the water level in my ears and my brain.
Makes it different. Yeah. Okay. Is there a possibility that your depression has snuck up to meet the Menieres and that you kind of fell somewhere in the middle there? Because she seems to know you, and she doesn't seem to be a spiteful person. But do you think that you're giving it all you got?
Yes. And in daily basis, she belittled me and nag every day. It become, like I said before, she, even if I don't have depression, she gives me depression.
Well, that was a good one.
There was a good one.
I enjoyed that.
There was a good one.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I want to talk now about the plans that you had in life in general before we got hit with the illness and the disease, and how that had gone off track already.
So I put the money in the bank. He went to Morocco. He spent $4,000. He took it and went. I tried it.
When did he go to Morocco?
He just came back from Morocco in May.
You came work and you went to Morocco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say even before this you had a lot of issues with Mr. Mahaseen, including drinking. You say even though he's sober now, he still comes across as a dry drunk. Could you explain that terminology to me, please?
I don't know if that's the right terminology.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like since he stopped drinking, like about 7 years, well, around his illness, or 5 years ago, which I'm so thankful for that. But now I have a whole nother set of issues. I'm like, we're supposed to be enjoying this time in our life. And, you know, we went through the hard times, 25 years of drinking and everything. Now it's like, this is like, I feel like he's masking it with this Meniere's disease now. I just feel like he does have it. I'm sure he has it. I'm not saying he doesn't, but he just uses it too much, just too much.
Right.
Anybody that knows him, like anytime you see him, he's like closing his eyes. No matter where we are, he's closing his eyes. It's like, it takes a toll, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, what I know about Meniere's disease, it's, you know, maybe 1-2 days. I've never heard of people weeks on end.
Weeks on end.
You know what I mean?
Do you hear the weeks on end part? Is that accurate?
There is no weeks on. There is 3
yes,
days.
There is.
I stay in bed for 3 days. Never a week.
Let me ask you this. When you've gone to the doctor, have you ever had the issue about your depression dealt with separately? Because it's got to be depressing.
Oh, it is.
And you already suffer from depression.
Right.
Are you seeing somebody about the depression in and of itself?
I have not seen anybody in a while for depression.
You think that was something we ought to do?
Yeah, I have a doctor appointment coming up in this week.
What do you think about the current state of your marriage? Do you believe if I could wave a magic wand, I can't make you healthy, but if I could fix her attitude, what would you like from her that you're not currently getting?
Well, there are a few things. She's very controlling.
Explain that to me.
Well, baby, in LA, we had to follow the kids. 3 years ago, she just got up one morning. She said, our kids moved to LA about 5 years ago. My son is 27 and my daughter is 23. So she wanted to follow them to live next to them.
Did you follow the kids?
Well, let me tell you what. Wait, I'll tell you. For 25 years, we lived in upstate New York.
Yeah, that's leaving our home for 25 years, 4-bedroom, nice. And we live in the studio now, 5 minutes from the kids.
Okay, explain that to me.
Okay, I will.
Because it sounds odd.
We lived in upstate New York 25 years. Our kids grew up, blah, blah, blah. And all I heard for 25 years was how he hated New York, how he hated New York, blah, blah, blah. He just hated it. That's all we heard, our whole marriage.
Now, did you say that?
No. In the beginning, when we just got married, I said, we have our whole life ahead of us. Let's move to a bigger city. You know, I have a bachelor degree in economics. I got more opportunities.
But she didn't want to move? You wanted to move?
She didn't want to move.
Right.
That's
was the
back
first
in
year.
the 80s. That's back in the 80s.
The first
but
year.
now, I don't want to move. I'm 55 years old. I don't want to move to a bigger city. I'm comfortable in my home, comfortable with my friends, and
Well,
family.
why did you move to be with the kids?
No, I moved to be closer because he's sick in
5
New York.
minutes
the
from
weather
them.
in New York, he's sick. He lays
Is
in bed.
Is
all
it
day
better
long.
out here for you medically?
Yes, it is.
Period, end of story. Right there. Period, end of story. Okay? If it's better for you medically, that's what it is. But you say she controls all the money, you don't know where it is, you never see it, and she doesn't involve you in the decision-making process. Why don't you tell me about that?
Well, I'm in disability. I get a check every month. That check, she writes a check against it and goes to her account. She has her own account. She inherited some money from her mother. Her money is her money. The money I bring from disability pays bill and stays. I mean, even to get a cup of coffee, it's very hard.
That's not true. That's not true.
You got an inheritance and you won't buy him a Starbucks?
That's not true. Wait a minute. That's not true. Part of it's true. I did
Okay.
get an inheritance, but that was supposed to be for our retirement. We have to have, I have no pension from him because he never really kept a job, you know, and we don't have, after 30 years, I have no security at all. So I put the money in the bank. He went to Morocco, he spent $4,000, he took it and went. I tried to.
When did he go to
but
Morocco?
He just came back from Morocco in May.
You
He was
can't
out,
work
yeah.
and you went to Morocco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You stood up long enough to get over there?
He does, yes. He does whatever he wants. Whatever he wants, he does.
I think I see what's
He's
happening
the quiet,
here.
nice guy, and I'm the.
I got what's going on. She says there's no more intimacy in your marriage.
Well, I've been taking a lot of medicine and stuff, and that's not helping.
I think it's more mental.
See, here we go again. Mental.
I do.
Everything's mental.
Because when he starts,
everything I
good,
do, it's mental.
Talk to me about the house in New York that you bought without seeing.
Oh, yeah, I did buy a house, and well, he had an idea about it. It was a rental
Well,
income.
what were you doing?
I had a friend go check it out, and then I had a inspector go over there. It was for a rental property to make some income because I don't have a pension. So I was trying to think of ways to make some money so we could live out here.
Okay.
Because he's on disability, I work part-time, it's very expensive, and I understand that. And I'm trying. All I want him to
Do it, and it's all on you.
I feel like that, yeah. I mean, I'm not a provider. We were living off our rental income,
Okay.
but I don't want it like that. I want to.
I got you. In addition to the pressure, you say there's no more intimacy in your marriage, correct? for a reason? I mean, are you not attracted to her anymore? I mean, what's the situation there?
In which one?
I don't know. She says there's no more intimacy in your marriage.
Well, I've been taking a lot of medicine and stuff, and that's not helping.
Yeah.
I think it's more mental.
See, here we go again. Mental.
I do.
Everything's mental.
Because when he starts,
everything
feeling
I
good,
do, it's mental.
Can I explain something to you, Mr. Mahaseen? And I don't know what it is like to have Meniere's disease, but what she's feeling is frustration. You drank a lot for a lot of years. She got you through that. And now, you have Meniere's disease. You didn't decide to get that. You've been suffering from depression. You're in bed a lot, but you seem to be able to get up and go to Morocco.
I'm going to Morocco. My father had a heart attack last year.
I understand, but you...
Last year, and I went to see because I don't know. I don't know.
I get
Right.
I get that. I'm not saying that you didn't have
Right.
the right to go,
Right.
but I said you had the ability to get there. So understanding that, she's concerned that You know, you have the ability to do things that you weren't doing.
No, I charged it. I didn't even, I mean, I charged my trip.
It had nothing to do with money. I'm talking about your physical ability to fly to another country all the way. You know, when you're physically able to do that, she's wondering why not you're not more physically able to do something to make money and bring it in the house. That's what she's saying. You with me? Mr. Mahasin, I think you're a nice guy, and I think you've been dealt a lot of bad cards. But I will say this, what your wife is looking for is a return of a spark to you. And even if you are dizzy and have vertigo, you can be laying on the bed with a spark. You could have conversation, you can hold her hand, you can be engaged in whatever you can do to add something to her life, to be a positive part of her life, even if you can't bring in money. Manhood is not defined by economics alone. It's defined also by the stability and support that you give the people that love you. And I think what she's saying is you seem to have submitted completely. And not 30 minutes out of the day are you able to add some joy or happiness to her life, even if it's not economically based. You with me, Mr. Mahasin?
Yes, I am.
And some of it might very well be due to the depression that you know you suffer from. And to that extent, you have an obligation to go see somebody, you know, to help handle that, because she has the right to have a partner that's active in her life. Even though you are suffering from an illness, you do have to make efforts to be an active participant and positive piece of her being. You with me on that?
Yeah, but I do whatever she want to do. I mean, I never said no. Wherever she want to go, I go. But the nagging doesn't stop. Just a daily basis, every day. And I feel really terrible.
Well, are you nagging him, Mrs. Mahasin?
Actually, yes. This morning I did. I did, because we got to the hotel, and I said, can you just get up? I mean, can you just get up? He waited until, what time? What time did you wait till? I don't even know what time it was, like maybe 15 minutes before we had to go. I'm like,
can you sit in a chair? Does sitting in a chair make you dizzy?
It's just depression. You could have got up. You could have.
Does sitting in a chair make you dizzy?
Sitting?
Yeah.
I have to lay down.
You have to actually be prone.
Yeah.
Mr. Mahasin, you know, don't nag him, but don't make her. Do you know what I'm saying, Mr. Mahasin? Make an effort to be positive and up and at it. Because you're up and at it right now. You've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So give her at least 30 minutes a day of something that she needs and wants, so she won't feel so leaned upon. That's all I got to say. Good luck to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
Thank you.
I agree with what the judge said. After being married 31 years, I do believe I should try to stop nagging, but I would like to see him give just a little bit of initiative, maybe just try to get out of bed, even if it's for 30 minutes a day.
I will give it a try. I don't know about my disease. I mean, I will do whatever it takes. If the nagging part is gone, that would help a lot.
Well, I also feel if he gets out of bed a little bit, then the nagging will stop.